Want to know the 5 things that'll make your later years so much better? I've spent years working with people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, and I've noticed something really interesting. The happiest ones aren't doing what you'd expect. Everyone talks about eating right and saving money. Yes, those matter. But the real magic happens when you focus on 5 specific things that most people overlook. And here's what's so cool. These aren't hard-to-do tasks or expensive changes. They're simple shifts that can make your days feel richer and more fulfilling. Let me tell you what I've learned from hundreds of conversations with people who are absolutely loving their golden years. These aren't just tips. They're game changers that'll help you write your own rules for growing older. I am David Harrison, and welcome to this channel. I've dedicated myself to sharing wisdom about living well in our golden years. From practical tips to heartwarming conversations, we'll discover together how to make these golden years truly shine. Subscribe to stay connected and inspired. It costs you nothing but makes a huge difference for me. Ready? Let's jump right in. Number 1. Reinvent yourself. It's never too late. I hear it so often. I'm too old to start something new. But you know what? That's not what I've seen. In fact, your later years might just be the perfect time to become who you've always wanted to be. Right now, you have something precious. Freedom. Freedom from the daily grind of a career. Freedom from raising kids. Freedom to choose how you spend your time. And that freedom? It's your ticket to an exciting new chapter. Look around. There are people writing their first novels in their 70s, starting community gardens in their 60s, learning to paint, speak Italian, play the guitar, not because they have to, but because they want to. They're not worried about being perfect. They're just enjoying the thrill of trying something new. You've spent years taking care of others, meeting deadlines, fitting into roles. Now it's your turn. What did you dream about doing when you were younger? What interests have you pushed aside because life got in the way? Maybe you've always loved the idea of teaching, but chose a different path. Now could be your time to tutor kids in your community. Or perhaps you've wanted to write stories but never had the time. Guess what? Your computer's waiting, and your stories are ready to be told. I've watched people come alive when they give themselves permission to change. They stop saying, "I used to be," and start saying, "I'm becoming." Their eyes sparkle when they talk about their new interests. Their weeks fill up with activities they actually look forward to. Starting something new isn't about being the best. It's about feeling that spark of excitement again. It's about waking up with purpose. It's about showing others, and yourself, that life keeps getting richer. What would you try if you knew you couldn't fail? Because here's the truth. At this stage of life, there's no failing. There's just growing, learning, and having fun along the way. Number 2. Move for joy, not just for fitness. You know those mornings when you wake up and your body feels a bit stiff? I used to focus on the numbers, counting steps, timing workouts, pushing through exercises I didn't really enjoy. But then I noticed something that changed everything about how I think about movement. I watched as Sarah, one of my longtime clients, showed up to our sessions with a spring in her step and a smile on her face. When I asked what changed, she laughed and said, "I stopped exercising and started dancing instead." This got me thinking, what if we've been looking at movement all wrong? What if the secret isn't about pushing ourselves through another workout we hate, but finding ways to move that make us feel good? Here's what I've discovered. Your body knows what it needs. When you're doing something you love, maybe it's tending to your garden, swaying to your favorite music, or walking with friends, your movements become natural, fluid, and fun. You're not watching the clock or counting reps. Instead, you're living in the moment, and your body's getting stronger without you even realizing it. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how time flies when you're doing something you enjoy? That's exactly what we want with movement. Maybe for you, it's joining a dance class where laughter matters more than perfect steps. Or it could be gentle morning stretches that wake up your body while you watch the sunrise. Some people love the peaceful flow of Tai Chi, while others find joy in splashing around during water aerobics. The wonderful thing about moving for joy is that you'll stick with it. When exercise feels like a gift rather than a chore, you won't need willpower to keep going. Your body will actually start craving these moments of joyful movement. Start small. Pick one activity that makes you smile. Maybe it's putting on your favorite songs and dancing in your kitchen, or walking in nature, taking time to notice the trees, birds, and changing seasons. The key is choosing something that fits naturally into your life and brings you happiness. Remember, every little movement counts. Those moments when you're swaying to music, reaching for garden tools, or playing with grandkids, they all add up to create a stronger, more vibrant you. And when movement comes from joy, your whole day feels brighter. What kind of movement makes you happy? That's where your journey begins. No rigid schedules, no complicated routines, just natural, fun movement that keeps you strong, steady, and smiling. Number 3. Quality over quantity in social connections. I used to fill my calendar with social events thinking more friends meant more happiness. But you know what I've noticed? Deep friendship works just like a garden. You need to tend to fewer plants with care rather than trying to grow everything at once. Those quick coffee dates and casual meetups? Sure, they're nice, but it's those long conversations with someone who really knows you that fill your soul. When you can sit in comfortable silence, share your worries without judgment, or laugh about old memories, that's when you feel truly connected. Most people chase after dozens of surface-level friendships. They run from event to event, making small talk, but never really feeling seen or understood. What if I told you that having just 2 or 3 close friends could bring you more joy than a phone full of contacts? Your time and energy are precious. Instead of spreading yourself thin, pour your attention into those relationships that light you up inside. Send that thoughtful text to your best friend. Schedule regular dinners with your sister. Write a heartfelt letter to your old college roommate. These deep connections do more than make you happy. They keep you healthy. They're the ones who notice when something's off, who show up with soup when you're sick, who remember your stories and share their own. They're your anchors in life's storms and your cheerleaders in life's victories. Start today. Pick up the phone. Plan that visit. Share that memory. The people who matter most are waiting to connect with the real you. What would it feel like to focus on the friendships that truly matter to you? Number 4. Focus on cognitive fitness, not just memory. You're reading a book and can't remember the main character's name, or you walk into a room and forget why you came in. I hear this worry all the time, people thinking their memory isn't what it used to be. But here's something that might surprise you about keeping your mind sharp. Your brain doesn't care about remembering every little detail. What it really wants is to stay flexible, curious, and ready for new adventures. Think of your brain like a muscle. It gets stronger when you give it new challenges to tackle. Want to know what really keeps your mind young? It's not endless crossword puzzles or memory games. It's about trying things that make you think in different ways. Maybe you've always wanted to learn Spanish, or try watercolor painting, or figure out chess strategies. These activities don't just work one part of your brain, they light up multiple areas at once. When you learn something new, your brain builds fresh connections. You might struggle at first, and that's exactly what we want. Those moments of confusion, followed by that satisfying aha when things click. That's your brain getting stronger. Did you know that some of the sharpest people I know sometimes forget where they put their keys? But they can have fascinating discussions about books, solve complex problems, and come up with creative ideas. They stay curious. They ask questions. They look at challenges from different angles. Try this. Pick something you've always wanted to learn. Spend just 15 minutes a day on it. Notice how your brain feels more alive when you're figuring things out. That excitement, that sense of accomplishment. It's your mind thanking you for the workout. What new skill have you been wanting to learn? Your brain is ready for the adventure. Number 5. Financial wellness is more than just money. Money talks can feel cold and clinical. Numbers, budgets, retirement accounts, they're important, but they're not the whole story. I've spent years helping people plan their finances, and I've noticed something surprising about the ones who feel most secure. They don't just count dollars. They make their money work for their happiness. When they spend, they're investing in moments that matter. A cooking class with their grandkids, a donation to the local animal shelter, a trip to that beach they've dreamed about since childhood. Here's what I tell everyone who sits down in my office. Your bank balance is just a tool. The real question is, what brings you joy? What makes you feel proud? What creates those precious memories with people you love? Sure, we need to be smart about saving. But saving without purpose? That's like having a ticket to a show and never going. Your money should help you live your best life, right now, not just someday. I've seen people's faces light up when they realize they can use their resources differently. One client started a monthly family dinner tradition. Nothing fancy, just good food and better company. Another finally took those art classes she'd put off for years. They're not just spending money, they're building a life they love. Start small. Look at your spending for the past month. Which purchases made you smile? Which ones do you barely remember? That's your roadmap to smarter choices. Maybe it's time to cut back on stuff that doesn't matter, so you can spend more on what does. Your money should tell your story. What story do you want it to tell? So there you have it. 5 ways to make your years ahead truly special. When you move in ways that bring you joy, your whole day feels brighter. When you focus on those few precious friendships, your heart feels fuller. When you keep learning and trying new things, your mind stays sharp and excited about tomorrow. Your money? It's not just about the numbers. It's about creating moments that matter. And most importantly, you're not stuck being who you've always been. You can become someone new, someone who surprises and delights yourself every day. I'd love to know which of these ideas clicked with you. Did one of them make you think differently about getting older? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Because getting older, it's not about slowing down. It's about finding new ways to thrive. Thanks for spending this time with me. Hit that subscribe button if you want more videos about making the most of every year ahead. Until next time, keep growing, keep smiling, and keep surprising yourself.